All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight for this very special show. I already have my beautiful, wonderful, sweet, amazing lady here with me on the show via StreamYard. Baby, say hello to everyone. Hello, baby.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome
hello,
all.
hello. Welcome one, welcome all, right, baby?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we go any further, let me just make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Obviously, I sound good, baby. You can hear me. No crackling,
Yes, you
right?
do. You
I
sound
don't have to.
amazing.
I don't have to check that. I have my business partner, my life partner, my soulmate here with me running this tonight, and that is fantastic. The YouTube notification has just gone out. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. And that's that. We're ready to rock and roll. First things first, baby. I do want to personally apologize to you and everyone else for running a bit behind. I have not been feeling that well lately, and I've been just trying to get these shows in. I really want to be here for the people. I do value and respect your time, so please forgive me. I'm trying to get better as soon as possible. And, things will be back on time. So, baby, forgive me for that.
Well, I love you and I will always forgive you.
No, thank you for that, sweetheart. I'm all about forgiveness, Forgiveness,
Of course.
and love. Forgiveness and love makes the world go round, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're not
Yeah.
going to forgive, then we live with a lot of resentment and negativity, and you can't move forward in the world.
That's true. That's true, baby. We've already got Holly's Hauntings and Happenings in the chat. She says,
Hey,
hi, Eli.
Holly.
That mic is sounding really great, says Holly. Well, thank you, Holly. It better sound damn good. It's the $400 Shure SM7B. But like I've said before, Holly, you can't just buy this mic and get it to work. You have to get an audio interface, which is about $250. And then I had to get this thing called a cloud lifter for another $150 because this is a gain hungry microphone. And you need additional gain than most audio interfaces can provide. So, yeah, glad you like it, Holly. I'm glad you like it. I've been using it for a while now. But thank you for the compliment. Holly says, hi, D. Hello, D. D Love.
Hello.
Yeah. Holly's a moderator.
Glad you're able to make it tonight, Holly.
Yeah. I'm glad she's here too. I know it's later in her neck of the woods. She's on the East Coast. It is 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, channel member and moderator Holly is here. Thank you for continuing to support us. Holly, as a channel member, it's unnecessary for moderators to do that, but you're such an amazing person. And baby, she's in the lead. I believe.
Oh, absolutely.
In the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. We just did day 29 earlier today from my walk, baby. And it was a great show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And it's funny that you mentioned having runners up because I was actually going to talk to you about that.
Oh my God, baby.
Because we've had so many people that have been so positive that I wanted to talk to you about that,
Baby, I think you've possessed my brain and that possessed yours, because it's like we are
That's
so
why
in
I said,
sync.
get out of my brain.
We are so in sync, baby. It's freaking ridiculous, huh?
I know, but I love it.
I love it too. Ginny Ann's also here. Ginny Ann is a channel member, and she's soon to be a moderator, baby. I just need to connect with her on Facebook. I'll be doing that later tonight or tomorrow, Ginny Ann, and we're gonna welcome.
Ginny Ann, she's wonderful and beautiful.
Yeah,
I love her.
We got to bring her on to the Coach Eli moderator crew, and we've got to also, what do you call it? Connect her with the Coach Eli moderator group chat. I think it would be great to have her behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what, Ginny Ann? I love everyone here. I don't favor anyone, but the moderators on my channels are like collaborative partners. And, you get a few extra perks that the non moderators don't get because you folks are helping us out in different ways. And you've brought a lot of value to our channel here, Jeannie Ann, with your stories and your support. It's a blessing to have her and Holly and all of them here, right, baby?
Oh, absolutely. I was saying earlier on your walk, it's just really nice to see how we have so many women that are getting along and not fighting each other, you know? We have women that
Yeah,
are just loving on each other, you know?
yeah,
All in
yeah,
support.
yeah. So Ginny Ann says, hello, Coach Eli and Coach D and Holly and all. Holly says, hi, Ginny. Holly furthermore says, I have an idea. May I convey it here? And I wrote in the chat, yes, please, Holly. Holly says, Holly's Hauntings and Happenings, put a community poll up and let people vote on the most positive person. You know what? I think I will do
That's
that
a great
tomorrow.
idea.
I think I will do that tomorrow. And I think what we're gonna do is probably let them vote for the runners up. But I think my lady and I this time around are gonna vote for the most positive person. What are your thoughts about that, baby? Let's
Yeah,
let
but
the audience go ahead.
yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. But yeah, I think we'll pick the top person and then we
Mm-hmm.
can let the channel pick the runners up.
Yeah, absolutely. 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 So, baby, before we get to it here, how have things been going for you? I dropped you off at home yesterday. We've been spending a lot of time together lately. What's new in your neck of the woods that you're able to share?
Oh, well, today was a pretty positive day. I went to therapy. It was a great day at therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my therapist she is so funny and I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
She it, it's like I never cry when I go there. I laugh more, and that's a
Okay.
good thing. Um, like one of the things she told me, like, cause we talk about everything, and I talk about you, and I've talked about your sciatica, and we were talking about your cold and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
she's like, "So so I want you to go out there. I want you to call your boyfriend and tell him this quote unquote life coach to get his ass into the doctor because how can he coach anybody when he's like hooked up to chemo or like in life support." And I thought that was the funniest thing she said. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's so true. It's like he's gotta get in there and get healthy too.
Well,
So,
yeah, that is true.
like
I mean, go ahead, baby.
no, and like that's how funny she is and laid back. And so and she didn't mean any disrespect by saying quote
Of
unquote
course not.
life coach.
Of
Yeah.
course not.
Sh
I
she
can take a
wanted
joke,
to
baby.
yeah, she wanted to make the point that if you wanna be a life coach, then get get better so you can help people. And so I thought it was really funny. And then I went and I did a little shopping. Um I went and got some hair dye cuz I don't like my gray hair. That's one thing I don't like. I can go
Mm-hmm.
without makeup, but I don't like my hair getting gray. Um I got a
Well,
little bit
baby,
of
baby, you are
groceries.
you are 47 years old, and
Oh,
it's
I
okay.
know.
But
I know.
yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. That's the one thing I just don't like my gray hair. And then I
Mm-hmm.
went and I got some, like, bread and, just basic stuff for the house this week
Mm-hmm.
and came home. And it was just a great day. And I've just been chilling and I've watched some TV and, you know, been on your chat, your walk and stuff like that and
It was a
packing up
great
the
walk earlier,
house.
wasn't it? Great
Oh,
walk
it was a
earlier, huh,
great
baby?
walk. Really good. And then just packing up the house and getting things ready for the move. So yeah, it's been
Mm.
a great productive day.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a wonderful day, and yeah, no, I totally understand. I do need to go in for my annual checkup, and I'm going to be probably setting that up sometime this month. There's just a lot going on. My lady and I have our move that we're doing. I've got a truck. Let's be nice. I'll call it a truckload of her clothing in my trunk that I need to bring in. I
Oh,
gotta bring that in tomorrow.
you ladies know
I'll
how we are with clothing.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I have a lot of clothing too, but you ladies surpass us no matter how much. I'm probably a guy that has more clothing than the average guy, but even the minimalist woman has more clothing than a guy like me that's above average with the clothes that the amount of clothes that men typically have. So it's all good. And so, there's a lot going on, and health is important. And, I've been more so focusing on your health and I'm not trying to sell myself short. I need to be in good health to be able to take care of you. You need to be in good health to be able to take care of me. We take care of each other. But I know you've had some more serious conditions to deal with. And I think that, we're finally starting to get them managed. I know you went, we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. I know you went to your current doctor earlier today. Were you able to get your medical records?
Oh gosh, no, I know. I sent you that text message that said she's gonna send me the freaking funny farm. Um, no, they're gonna ask her again. Um, and I have to just keep pursuing it. But and they said if I can get the new doctor to make a request and then they'll send it for free. But if I want them, it's going to cost me anywhere up to $35.
There's
And I
the
told
answer.
her right then and there, I said, I don't care. Print them right now and I'll pay $35.
Well, actually, baby, here's the thing. Tomorrow, you and I will call your new doctor and have them forward the request, and it'll be all
Mm-hmm.
done. And they're going to have to send the information, because then if your current doctor doesn't send your new doctor the requested information, they have to send it by law. Then it's a
Oh
report to the
yeah.
medical board. Yeah, it's a report to the
Yeah,
medical
yeah,
board at
no.
that
And
point.
and I
Yeah,
got that information from my therapist today.
excellent. Good. Excellent, baby. So we're good with that. Yeah, there's just a lot going on, and we're taking things step by step, and we're also here for you folks. This is our business and our sanctuary to share our stories and our trials and tribulations with you folks, and help everyone become more positive and get a better grip on your lives, so that way you can all accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire. We have 20 people in the box, baby, and 4 likes.
Oh,
Come on. Come
yeah,
on.
and
Only,
oh yeah,
only,
we
only,
need to get
oh,
some more thumbs up there,
let's get
guys.
those thumbs up. Obviously, there are some people here watching that don't like us, that are probably thumbing us down. But come on, with 21 people here, there should be more than 4 likes. So please smash that thumbs up. Please share this out on your community tabs on YouTube. Share it out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Twitter is still okay for right now. Elon Musk hasn't
Mm.
fully destroyed it yet, but it's getting there, in my opinion. It's still usable for now. And anywhere else where you have a social media presence where you feel people would get great value from consuming, positive, type of content, personal development type of content. We'd appreciate the help there. Also subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. You do need to be subscribed in order to chat here. Once you subscribe, there's no waiting period. You can chat right away as long as you follow our rules that pop up immediately when you first chat. No trolling. no hating, and no attacking, and you're good, right? And
Yeah.
no spamming, no soliciting of your stuff. The only people that are allowed to solicit are moderators. Moderators, you have freedom of reign to. I trust you to solicit whatever the hell you want, as long as it's respectful. That's why you have that mod wrench. Also, make sure you go over to the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Subscribe over there, bang the bell, select the notifications. There'll be more content, pre-recorded content coming over there soon. I did put out a video on the main channel on Thanksgiving Day, baby, because that was day 24 of the Positivity Challenge. I recorded the video the night before, and that day we had a 6-hour round trip to and from your mother's and father's place for Thanksgiving. So, but there'll be more content coming to that channel as well. What's up, baby?
Nothing. You just never shut up.
Baby, that's called promo. You got to do the promo stuff at the beginning of the stream so people know what to do.
Yeah.
Baby, have you ever listened to
Have I ever listened to what? No, I wanted to comment to Holly and say, don't worry, honey, we have plenty of closets in our house at Eli's.
No, we're
plenty
good.
Of closets.
We're good. We're good on that, baby. We have plenty of time to get to the chat. I was going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. No.
Well, I was just going to say
and then I was going to say I already gave out 3 or 4 bags of my fat clothes to the out here in California. We have the green boxes that we can just dump them in, or we can bring them to Goodwill. But I just brought them to the green boxes. So yeah. So I donated all my fat clothes there, and then I sent all.
When she says fat, she's exaggerating there. She used to have a little more meat on her, which I would actually hope that she gets back to that level, because I just want her to be healthy. I mean, I love her the way she is. She's a beautiful woman, but when she says fat clothes, she wasn't super fat. Just to make it clear.
I am 5'6". And I was 165 to 170 pounds.
Okay.
I wasn't comfortable with that.
Well, you had a little more junk in the trunk.
Yes. Now,
okay.
I'm 5'6", and I'm 105 pounds. Okay. So, y'all can understand how I had to get rid of some clothes, because they were like tents.
Oh, I get it. No, I understand. I totally understand that.
Yeah, so that's why I call them my fat clothes.
Whoosh Whoosh is in the house. Welcome to the show. Whoosh. The ghost of Whoosh Whoosh. Hello, bro. What's going on? Let's go through the chat here real quick before we get to what we want to discuss here tonight. We have a few things. Yeah, we have a few things we want to discuss. And let's see. Ginny Ann says, "Oh, you all are blessing me and my whole family. My family notices I've got my positive zing back, even with all the health issues going on." Well, you know what? That's what's going to cure you, is just keeping it positive. What a lot of people don't realize, and babe, you used to be a nurse, and Ginny Ann's a retired nurse.
Mm-hmm.
You ladies
I'm a retired nurse.
Yeah. Ginny Ann and you both know that one of the best ways to heal a sickness is positivity, and that's keep your body happy, and it'll fight off whatever you're going through much easier and quicker. Holly's hauntings and happenings.
That's the one thing we would chart on, is if a patient was in good spirits, because if they weren't in good spirits, then we would feel that they weren't going to get better.
Right. Half the battle of getting better is keeping the hope up and staying positive.
Exactly.
Let's see. Holly's hauntings and happenings says Ginny with the nice smiley emoji. Holly furthermore says, "Yes, take care of yourself so you can take care of others." Exactly. Ginny Ann says, "Very good advice, my friend." Holly says, "Oh, I bet you both are excited about the move. Oh yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot easier. We're not going to have to drive back and forth. She'll be able to help me run the business more, and we'll be able to have more quiet time together. And eventually, like I've said, we've been spending a little more money than normal lately, and so things are a little bit tight. But by the end of the year, things will be fine again, and we're going to start doing some traveling on the weekends. At least every other weekend, babe. I want us to get out of town, and once we actually put you all out there with your name and your face and all that, we can do live streams from wherever we're at, or we can record pre-recorded videos from the car, and we can even do our own version of bedroom chat. We can do so many great things that I know you're going to be so amazing at. Like I just can't wait. I mean, what do you think?
No, I agree. And Holly, just be careful for what you wish for. That's all I have to say about your
Oh
last
boy.
chat, your comment there.
Well, let me get there, because you're looking at the bottom of the chat on the TV screen. That's a 1 minute delay. But let's. Is it clear on your set, baby? Can you see me clearly?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, so
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
let's see here. Ginny Ann says, only a truckload traveling light. LOL. Well, it was the first truckload in a Honda with a decent sized trunk. But yeah, you all knew what I meant by that. Holly says, you might have to get another closet, Eli. Yeah, and you already responded to that, babe. I relate for sure. D says, Ginny Ann. Holly says, I have to give some of mine to Goodwill. Closet is busting at the seams. You remind me of that, Tim McGraw song, I'm down here in Mexico, sick as a dog. What is it? My head is spinning in this border town fog, down to my last dime and falling apart at the seams. Falling apart at the seams, right, Holly? I'm messed up in Mexico.
Living on refried dreams.
Living on refried dreams. Yeah, good old Tim McGraw, man. And then he married Faith Hill. Man, what a gorgeous woman he married, huh, baby? You love how gorgeous Faith.
What a gorgeous family they have.
What a gorgeous family, man. What a successful, amazing family right there. What a hell of a story. I mean, they should make a movie together at some point. Why haven't they made a movie on Tim McGraw and Faith Hill? What a great story.
You know why? Because it's they don't need to. It's just they're so good. We don't need to make a movie on them.
Baby, tell me where you'd ever learn to fight without.
Don't make me sing online.
Saying
please.
No word. Then waltz back into my life like it's all gonna be all right. Don't you know how much it hurts when we don't talk, when we don't touch, when it doesn't feel like we're even in love.
It matters to me.
We're both sick. And I don't know what to say. Oh, I can't do it tonight, baby.
Yeah, anyway, we're both sick. We can't sing tonight, babe.
No, man, I had to try. I had to take one for the team, baby.
You're embarrassing us.
Baby, I've been embarrassing myself on YouTube for the last 5 years. Who really gives a shit, right? Like we said last night, baby. Listen, baby. As long as you own it, this is what we talked about last night. As long as you own your shit, that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? So I'm sitting here, and as long as my dogs don't howl while I sing, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, baby. And, if you're going to come out and say I'm embarrassing us, I'll just come out and own it. I've been embarrassing myself for the last 5 years. But hey, you know what? People are still tuning in. So, must be doing something right? I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue through the chat here because we have a lot of show to go over here in a bit. Let me see here. Oh, me too. So, Ginny Ann says to Holly regarding the clothing. Holly says, smash the like people. The ghost of Woosh Woosh again. Hello, brother. Holly says hello to Woosh Woosh. Holly furthermore says, that's my girl, Eli. Ginny Ann says, oh, I need my fat clothes for the holidays. Okay. Come and take some walks with me, Ginny Ann. We would love to walk with you. Ginny Ann, I'm sorry. Nightbot timed you out, but we'll read your messages. We're going to fix that problem tomorrow and moderate you. So bear with us. Just have to verify it's you behind the scenes. So true. Let's see. Too much for the sinuses to take, says Holly. Ginny Ann is clapping. It was the emojis that got you timed out. Bill Blankenship, I hope those clothes didn't smash your smokes, Coach Eli, LOL. Well, I don't know why you'd be mentioning that, Bill Blankenship, because I don't do that. So, Bill, we're just going to let you go because right then and there, you crossed the line.
I
You
don't
crossed the line on
understand what
that.
happened. Yeah.
Well, I'll explain that to you behind the scenes. It's not a big deal.
Alrighty.
It's not a big deal. It's a troll, baby. Let's see. Holly's hauntings and happenings. Nightbot, I wish I could time you out. Oh, I could time Nightbot out. I can ban Nightbot. Yeah, I can. I can put Nightbot in timeout. I can remove his mod wrench, and then he won't work. But I'm not going to do that because then there's going to be a hell of a frenzy in this chat, and I want to keep it clean. I want to keep it respectful, right? Thank you, Holly, says Ginny Ann. All right. So we've gotten to the chat tonight, baby. The topic is my lady and I discuss how to protect yourself online and offline. One more time, my lady and I discuss how to protect yourself online and offline. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over that Netflix documentary, that you had us watch last night and you watched as well. I'm going to switch on. I'm going to switch on over to the browser screen here and show that that Netflix page from their website. The film is called the N film. N is Netflix film. Audrey and Daisy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
basically,
And can I stop you for 1 second?
of course you may.
Can we get a poll? Can we get a 1 for people that watched it and a 2 for people that didn't?
If you've seen Audrey and Daisy, the Netflix film, put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in my 1. And
I have a 1. I can't do it because I'm on StreamYard.
Yeah. You don't want to ruin it on your phone. And you have other devices, but they're not launched. So anyway, when you end up permanently moving here, you'll have other devices that you can use. I got another laptop for you, baby. You can use to chat while you're
it's no worries.
on
I'll bring my
your tablet and all that.
Yeah, that stupid thing up there.
I got a laptop, right there hooked up to the fiber line by Ethernet by the coffee table, or I can even just bring it to the bedroom and no worries. I mean, we got you hooked up here. But anyway, so this is this movie was released in 2016, so it's I'd say 5, almost 6 years old. It's an hour and 38 minutes long, and the synopsis is: in this heartbreaking documentary, 2 teens are cruelly cyberbullied after learning that sexual assault crimes against them were caught on camera. And I've got my opinions on this. I'm gonna have you share your thoughts first, babe. I believe the first part of the first part of the documentary, the first 20 to 30 minutes, was about Audrey, and the last hour was about Daisy, if I remember correctly, right?
Well, yes, because Audrey was the one that committed suicide.
Correct. She offed herself. Yeah.
So Daisy, they were able to interview, so they gave more time to that.
Yeah, and
Um,
Daisy was actually she had attempted to off herself multiple times, but every time she went to a
several,
different room,
several
every time she
times.
went to a different room, they would break down that door. Like she has a brother that's like a football linebacker. He's a big dude, good dude, but big dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's the one that busted the doors down to save her life. I think she was trying to overdose on some stuff, or I think that's how she was trying to do it. I think Audrey hung herself or something like that.
Yes, Audrey hung herself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
her mother found her hanging from the shower.
Okay.
Um, she had called her mom to pick her up from school one afternoon, and she like at 12 o'clock, and she
Hmm.
spent most of the afternoon in her room. And later that evening, her mom went to go check on her, and when she didn't respond, her mom opened the door, and that's when she found her
Hmm.
hanging from the shower rod. So,
Right.
but what had happened, I mean, she was 14 years old
Hmm.
and she was invited to a party. You know, she was a freshman. She was invited to a party from senior, I believe. Isn't that right?
Yeah. The guys were 17, I believe. Juniors or seniors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they were all drinking, and she passed out. Her blood alcohol level was out of control,
Belligerent.
belligerently out of control, like to the
Hmm.
point where it was almost poison.
Hmm.
Um, and they they colored her with markers and stuff, and they repeatedly raped her. And then when she went home, wait, am I mistaking the two?
No, the first one was the one that they colored on. I believe was
And
the
then the
first one.
mom noticed, and the mom noticed
Mhm.
the how traumatized her genitals were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why she brought her to the hospital. And
Yeah.
that's when they got that blood alcohol level.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Um,
remembering that correctly.
yeah. Well, let me share my thoughts on the whole thing here. In both these stories, one of them um, unfortunately successfully ended herself, offed herself. God rest her soul. That's really sad. I'm really saddened by it, and no one deserves to go through that. And the second one, which was that was Audrey that offed herself. Daisy
Can
was
we
the
can we
one.
not say off herself, baby? That sounds
I I, I
disrespectful.
I'm sorry, baby. This is YouTube. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but there are algorithms that will demonetize you for saying it too much. The
Okay.
S word, baby, you got to understand. We're on YouTube, and this platform has the greatest detecting systems. Right.
All
So
right.
again, I'm sorry if it's coming off disrespectful. Um, I mean, it's okay to say it a few times, but if we keep referring to it, I want to minimize the chances of being demonetized and getting
Yeah,
a
no,
mark on the
no, I
channel.
understand.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for explaining.
Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I had explained it in the past, but that's okay. No worries. So, and the second one, Daisy, attempted multiple times to off herself, end herself. That
She
is,
did it with pills.
yeah, she tried to overdose, and every time they would break the door down, and there were so many doors broken down in the home, the mother mentioned,
Her her mother just wound up taking the doors down, I think.
well, yeah. So, but here's where people tend to take me the wrong way. No one deserves to be sexually assaulted or abused in any way, shape, or form, whether you're a man or a woman. Now, I do understand it more so happens to women, but men get abused at times as well. Hold on a second here. Give me a second here. I had to respond to a text. Anyway, so here's the thing. I honestly feel that if we are able to create programs to help young boys and girls in grammar school, in high school, to teach them about preventing these things, and being proactive, I think there would be far fewer cases of this happening. Because at the end of the day, and I want to say this respectfully, there was the sheriff in the second video, or sorry, in the second video, in the second part, the Audrey part. Sorry, not the Audrey part, the Daisy part, the one that survived. He was saying, it's like they didn't find any evidence that these guys actually abused her. And so they weren't able to charge them initially. And then I guess they reopened the case and they were able to get misdemeanors on them. And I think they got probation, right? But the truth of the matter is this, baby.
No, baby,
I,
that was because, sweetheart, that was because the main guy was like a big guy in the town. Like his father was a big guy in the town.
no, that's what they were saying. And that could be part of it. But the thing is, you have to also understand that these women, they were drinking before they went to these parties. And they chose to drink with their friends, with their lady friends, before the party that they went to, right? Now, number one, okay, if you're 14, that's way too young to be drinking. That the legal drinking age is 21, right? We all know that, right? Now, we've all had alcohol underage, but I don't think I had my first drink until I was, God, 16 or 17 or so, or something like that. And I wasn't drunk or drinking to get drunk or anything like that at all. I mean, these kids nowadays are getting drunk at age 13 and 14. And, they're doing it because they want to be cool. They want to be popular. They want to fit in. These girls were seeking attention. Now, I don't condone what happened to them. But the bottom line is they put themselves in that position.
Okay.
You understand?
I
Okay.
see what you're saying.
Okay.
But I don't care if they are literally walking down the street in a G-string, fucking like drunk as fuck. It does not give anybody a right to touch them.
No, it does not.
So, like, when you say that they are asking for it because they're going there
Did I say that?
drinking at the age of 14, like, that's not okay.
I didn't say they're asking for it. I never said that. When did I say that?
You kind of were insinuating
You're putting words in my mouth. I
that
didn't say that. Nope.
you were insinuating.
No, that's not what I said. What I'm saying is that is that they made a choice to drink. If a teenage girl or woman or anybody, chooses to walk down the street with a G-string, like, let's think about it, baby. Why would a woman walk down the street with a G-string? Just to feel good about herself, or is she not seeking attention? This is the problem that I have, right? And I'm not condoning, and it doesn't give men the right to force themselves upon these women. What I'm saying is that why would a woman wear a bikini or G-string walking down the street if she wasn't seeking attention from men? What's the point?
I don't know, because I would not do it, but people
I
do
know you
it
wouldn't.
in Florida and they do it in LA and they do it all around the world, you know? So
Okay.
I don't know, but that does not invite anybody
I never said
to
it did.
place their hands on them,
Right. I agree with you.
and
I
at any age.
so
And
let
it
me
doesn't
share.
matter if a 14-year-old is drinking, like that doesn't make them more like vulnerable to be taken advantage of.
I agree. I don't condone men forcing themselves upon women in any capacity, drunk or not drunk. Okay, so that's not the point I'm
Mhm.
making here. Because let me share with you in the past, especially more so in my younger days, as I got older, I was able to make better choices with women. I would screen them out better. So I kind of knew, like before I met you, I kind of knew we were going to hit it off. We had a great phone conversation. We liked each other's pictures. All we had to do was meet. And if that chemistry was going to be there, it was going to be there right away or never be there. Right. But when I was younger,
Yes.
I didn't have the experience to be able to, you know, to be able to choose wiser initially or pre-screen better. I had to learn to get to that point. Right. And that's what I
Yeah,
try to help
but what we're
teach,
forgetting to mention
but I'm losing
with
my train of
these
thought
is
here.
no, sweetheart, what we're forgetting to mention here is
Okay.
it's not just one man with one woman. These
It's two
are
or three.
multiple man gang
Right.
raping these
I
women.
I understand, but I wanna finish my point before we move on too. And agree with you that it's not right for any man to force himself upon a woman. In the same ways, it's not right for any woman to force herself upon any man that's unwilling. And as weird as that may sound, there have been some cases where men have been unwilling and women have forced themselves upon men. It's rare, but
Oh,
it does
yeah.
happen. So what I'm trying to say is that um, in my younger days, in between relationships, I'd go on many dates. I met women through phone line dating chats in person or through even back in those days, you could use Craigslist, you could use, there were many, ways to meet women, right? And I would do the best to try to pre-screen them, but I didn't have the same, you know, as you get older, you get better at screening and knowing what to look for. So I would meet these women and I was attracted to them and they weren't attracted to me. And you gotta try to go for the kiss or something, right? And there were a few times where, yeah, I would go in for the kiss. They would turn the cheek and it would be, you get rejected. And the moment that would happen, it was date over. I didn't force the woman to kiss me. Um, I would just say, "Hey, are you all right?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm just not ready for that." And the bottom line is, what it means is that they're just not into you. That's the bottom line. Women are either going to be into you the moment they see you, or they're never going to be into you, right? You can't force it. So as I've gotten older, like, I've done a better job of pre-screening women, just like with you. And I like just, um, I basically let the woman come to me, right? And if the woman ends up coming to you and looks at you, starts rubbing you, then she wants to be kissed, then go for it. I don't condone men forcing themselves upon women. This is not about, to me, it's not about, condoning that. I don't condone that. Okay. This is about trying to help these women by not putting themselves in this position for this to happen in the first place. Because when people are drunk, when men and women are both drunk, they're both going to do things that they're going to regret because they're not in their right state of mind. And well, let me give you an example. This is what there was in the second part of the show regarding Daisy, who, is still alive. You still there, baby? I can't hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear you. Okay.
I'm here.
In the second part of the show, the sheriff was the one that was investigating the case, and he was a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, there's no proof. He's like, as bad as this may sound, everyone participated, right? And what I interpreted him saying is that, okay, if you have a couple of drunk women and a couple of drunk men, and they're all out of their natural, normal element, when women are drunk, they may more so consent to something, and they may say they consent, or they may get turned on more because they're drunk, and they may give consent to a guy while they're drunk, and the guy might do things while he's drunk that he normally wouldn't do because they're in a different state of mind. So the thing is I think in certain situations,
but she was passed out.
Once she's passed out, that's wrong. If she's passed out and these guys continued to, like with the first woman, they were drawing on her, she was passed out. Yeah. And I believe those guys did get convicted. But
yeah, because they put a freaking marker inside of her, and they had to withdraw.
Those guys, yeah, they were wrong. Yes, they pushed it a bit too far. Had they not taken advantage of her once she was passed out and did all that stuff, it might have been a different story. Now, I even think
with Daisy, I think they took it too far.
But I don't think she ever passed out, from what I remember.
No.
So,
and I don't think Paige passed out either.
Okay. So you have two girls that were drinking before, Daisy and her friend Paige, right? That was the second one,
yeah.
Right? Daisy and Paige, right? They're 14-year-old girls. They're drinking, I think it was at Daisy's place. They probably swiped their parents' alcohol, because how the hell are you going to buy alcohol at 14 unless somebody older buys it for you, right? So part of the problem is you got alcohol that's easily accessible in your parents' place.
Remember what happened was, so this guy wanted the brother of Daisy, or the brother of Daisy wanted to drink with this guy, but he was like, oh no, I'm going to go drink over here. So then he's like, yeah, I'm not going to go there. And so he just stayed home to go to bed.
Okay.
And then when they found her the next morning on the grass, frozen, with her phone, he picked it up, and that was the phone, like the first number on there. He knew that was the guy she was with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the shitty thing, is what they did is basically they just dumped her out into the snow, frozen, and left her to die there.
That was wrong. That was absolutely wrong. I think they were freaking out after what had happened. But what I'm saying here is, if we go back to how this started and how this could have been prevented, you got two 14-year-old girls at one of their parents' place. I think it was Daisy's place. Daisy was there with her friend Paige, right?
Mm-hmm.
They swiped alcohol from their parents' liquor cabinet. That means the alcohol. Baby, please, I don't mean to be rude, but I just want to get this all out without being interrupted, so I don't, lose my train of thought.
Okay, I'll be muted.
You don't have to mute, but I'm just saying. Let me just finish my whole statement here. So obviously alcohol was easily accessible in the home. So that's the parents' mistake for leaving alcohol laying around. Second of all, it's a parenting thing. If your kids are drinking in your home, it means that you have not talked with your kids about drinking and they shouldn't drink. Like I think there was a lack of accountability on the parents' part, right? Because when I was growing up, my parents, my mother and father both talked to my brother and I about all these things. And yes, we had a couple of drinks when we turned 16 and stuff, but we never got drunk or ever did anything stupid or hurt anybody or attacked any women or anything. We never did anything like that, but that's because we had good parenting. So, and also, so they're drinking and they're getting drunk. Then they go to this other party, and they're already drunk, and they're going to another party to get more drunk. Right? They made a choice to go there. Right? Now, I'm not condoning what happened there, but they made a choice to go there. They put themselves in that position, right? Because
And when
they,
they got there, baby,
Mhm.
when they
Yeah,
got there, they separated the girls.
I understand that, but those girls should have never gone there in the first place, especially being drunk and knowing that there are going to be drunk guys there. You understand? Like, common sense, even for a 14-year-old. 14-year-olds are smarter than us nowadays. Trust me. Okay? So the smart thing would have been to put two and two together and say, you know what? This is not a good place to be. We're already drinking.
Well,
These boys.
she should have said to her brother, "Hey, come with us."
The point of the matter I'm trying to make, babe, I am not condoning women being assaulted. I don't condone anyone being assaulted. What I'm saying is that these women were seeking attention and validation of these men. They put themselves in the position. Now, it's not right what the men did. I'm not saying what the men did was right. But these women put themselves in this position because they're seeking validation and attention, and they're doing these things for that purpose, right? So why would they go there if they didn't want the validation and attention of these men, even in that way, right? But then things
Okay,
happen. Go ahead. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Everybody goes out every day. Women go out, they do their makeup, their eyelashes, their hair, they wear their clothes, they go out to bars and restaurants
Uh-huh.
seeking validation. They're not
Yep.
seeking to get raped. They're
I'm not
not
saying they're seeking.
seeking to
I didn't
be
say that.
like, you know, they're looking to get like maybe noticed and find their next person, you know? And so to say that
Mm-hmm.
it's not fair, I mean, like, I can go out now every day
Mm-hmm.
and not have makeup on and not do my hair, just have it up in a, you know, crazy bun and have my sweats on because I've got my man. I don't have to do any attention seeking, you know?
Let me tell you something. These kids are smarter than you folks think. I'm going to mention this from my ex that had a 13-year-old daughter, and she knew what feminism was, and she was a very intelligent young lady, very intelligent. So I'm not buying the fact that these 14-year-olds don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And here's the thing, okay? In my opinion, it's not fair. Now, again, I'm not
Thank you,
condoning
J.
what.
Rom.
All right. I really would like to have a say here without being interrupted. I know this is a very difficult subject to discuss, but I really would like to have my say. And I want to be
Hmm.
respectful about this, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
So you don't have to mute. Let's just talk back and forth. Let's just let each other, finish our statements and then respond. No problem, right? So, you know, what I'm really tired of in this modern world is men getting blamed for everything. Men getting blamed just for being men. I'm sick of that, right? Do men make mistakes? Yes. Do men that abuse women, deserve to be punished? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Am I condoning sexual assault? No, I'm not. Right. But you have to also understand that women are participating too. Okay. I think that in these situations, everyone willingly went to these parties underage, drinking off their ass underage. And you can't sit there and tell me that these kids don't know what happens at these parties when they're drinking there and there are boys there. Women are attracted to men. Even at that age, women are sexually attracted to men. Men are sexually attracted to women. You can't sit there and tell me that thought never crossed these women's minds or these men's minds. Because if you're going to tell me that, this is BS. Let me read what the Ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says, okay? The Ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says, I remember how fast the girls were in being aggressive towards my sons. Right. And Whoosh Whoosh, I'm going to give you a big round of applause. You know why? Because Whoosh Whoosh was a part of the MGTOW community. He was one of the more reasonable guys. And he was always talking about how men would always pay the price for being the aggressors, even when the women were the aggressors, right? That's all I'm saying here. They dressed way too provocative too. Right. Why are these young girls dressing like 304s? And I can't say that word because we'll get demonetized. You know what 304s are. These young women are dressing like, and I'm not going to say it, figure it out. And why are they dressing that way? They want to get the attention of these men. So then they get the attention of these men. And this is what really gets to me, right? I do agree. Don't wear pants that say juicy on the rear, then yell at men for looking. Right. Okay. Honestly, women love attention. When women seek the attention of a man and they put themselves in that position to seek the attention, what do they expect the men to do? Now, the men, if they take it too far, like these guys did, then that's wrong, right? In the first part, they took it a bit too far. The Audrey case, yeah, she was passed out. They were drawing on her. They were putting things, where. I agree with that. In the case of Daisy, I think it's a different story. I think it was all more so them having fun, and then Daisy realized the next morning that there was a video that was taken, which they never found the video. There was never one taken. They thought there was a video, right? And then she started to think, oh my God, my life is ruined. They're going to blast this on social media, and everyone's going to call me a 304. You guys know what that is. I can't say that YouTube speak, right? So this woman, is realizing that, okay, I had fun, right? And now it was recorded, and now this is going to be used against me for the rest of my life, and now my life is ruined. Well, you put yourself in that position. And that's exactly what the sheriff was saying. You folks have to watch the movie. The sheriff was trying to say the same thing, as professionally as possible. But she put herself in that position, and because of the video that she thought was, available, which never was, that's what started this whole thing. And then people heard about this story when the case was filed, and then they started to bully and harass her. Because quite honestly, in the Daisy case, I honestly feel that she went there willingly. And I feel that to a certain extent, she participated willingly, consensually. And then she changes her story after she hears there's a video that's been put out that could defame her character and ruin her life. Well, why did you go there and do that if you didn't want any of that to happen? Why did you get drunk at 14? You got to own your shit. That's the thing. Parents should teach their daughters to keep their legs closed, period. Right. Right. Babe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Babe, I know you're not liking what I'm saying, but the bottom line is, look, men and women both make mistakes. I don't condone men abusing women sexually or in any way. But I also don't condone women granting consent and changing their mind afterwards. That's bullshit. A lot of innocent men have paid the price and faced rape charges, false rape charges, because there was consent, and then the next day, oh, I regret that I slept with the guy that I gave consent with, so now I'm going to revoke my consent. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. You can't do that. No, you can't. You're going to, baby, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm speaking the facts here. I love you. I love women.
I understand that
okay,
happens.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I think that's what happened. In the case of Daisy, I think that's what happened because she regret what she did, but she was a willing participant. And because people found out about it and she didn't want to be, and I got to be careful, you can't say this word on YouTube, on the monetized channel, she didn't want to be S-shamed. Don't say it, baby. I'll have to cut it.
I don't think that she was a willing participant, because once the two girls got there, they were immediately separated.
Well, baby, that's what happens when you go to parties with boys that you like and you know, you want to have some alone time. That's why people go to these parties. They go to make out with each other.
They weren't like, okay, those weren't necessarily boys that they were interested in.
Then why'd they go there?
They were just boys that they knew. They were boys that her brother knew.
Women love older men, especially at that age. More mature men know what they're doing. Okay, they were 17. You know, the boys were 17. The girls were 14. That's not statutory rape. They were under 18.
No, and I understand that, but the fact is when they walked in, they were separated immediately. So I can't blame the girls right away. That meant that the boys had intent to do something by inviting him there.
Okay. I can understand that. Like, okay.
Because they're the ones that invited them.
Okay. When you are looking to date someone, babe, you're looking to make a connection that's you're looking to make a connection.
You're right, Holly.
Okay. Let me say this and I'll go through the chat here. Okay. When a man and the woman are on a dating site or wherever, you know, they go to meet people, they're looking to connect with someone that they can have a mental, emotional, and physical bond. Okay. When you saw my picture on the dating site, Match.com, and I saw yours, yes, I was looking for something, you know, genuine and mentally and emotionally bonding, but also I saw your pictures and I'm like, man, I'd love to bang her. Come on, baby, be real. And you saw my pictures and you saw I was a good guy. And I'm sure you said, man, I'd love to bang him too. Tell me I'm wrong. We got to be real about this. No, you're
not wrong, but we're not talking about people our age. We're talking about children.
But the point's still the same. People have feelings. People want that. People go to these parties for that. That's the purpose. That is the purpose. Okay? And if you don't want to get involved in anything like that or risk that happening with boys there, then you just don't go. You just don't go. Why are you going to go put yourself in a position for that to happen? That's what happens at these parties, right? When I went on a date with you, I was looking to see if I was going to be. I was already mentally and emotionally bonded with you. I liked your pictures, but I wanted to see if I felt that physical spark in person and then the overall connection. I felt it. You felt it too. I looked you in the eyes, you looked me in the eyes, and we locked eyes. And I was like, dang. I'm like, you really feeling this, aren't you? I didn't make a move yet. I said, you're really feeling this, aren't you? You go, yeah. You kept looking at me, and then you reached your arms out. I waited to get a signal from you that you wanted to be kissed, and then I kissed you, and then you didn't stop. You tell me you loved it.
And I took my hair down, and you said that's it. Like you said, when a woman can take her hair down,
Mm-hmm.
that's something.
It is. And let me tell you something. I've always been a good guy. I could have taken it a lot further that night with your blessing. And I said, you know what? Let's do this right. You're a good woman. I respect you. Like, I want this to last. So let's go on a second date and make it more special. Let's get a nice room. Let me take you to dinner. Right? Right? So what I'm saying is that human beings at any age, even, baby, back in the days, the average life expectancy was 20, 25 years. People were having kids at age 12 or 13, right? Now, that doesn't happen anymore. We have a longer life expectancy. So you can't sit there and tell me that these women's hormones aren't raging for those guys and vice versa. It's a natural thing. If you're going to put yourself in that position, what else do you expect? I'm not saying that they were asking for it, but I'm trying to be polite and say people have hormones and feelings. Just don't put yourself in that position if you don't want any chance of that happening. I'm not condoning it being forced, but why would you go there otherwise?
Yeah, I guess, like I was telling you earlier, when I was in high school and I would sneak out and go to boys' houses, I didn't have to worry about that kind of shit. And it wasn't because I wasn't attractive. It's just because I didn't let them do it. I was like, no,
But they wanted
you
to.
know, they wanted to, but I was like, no. And I just stood up for myself, you know?
So why'd you go to their house then? Just to hang out and play
Oh,
play
just to
Monopoly?
hang out and get out and just
Oh
go
yeah.
out and be with my friends. Just to be with my friends and do the high school experience.
You know what,
It
baby?
wasn't to go
I
out and get laid or anything. It was just go be with the high school experience and party, you know?
you know what,
But I
baby?
wasn't even drinking.
You know, I mean, baby, in those situations, it's typically a known thing that sex is going to happen. If you're going to go to a boy's house, sneak out in the middle of the night, you're not going there to play Monopoly or Twister, maybe Naked Twister. But come on, baby,
Well,
listen,
no, but there
yeah,
was a bunch of people going over there. It was like not like it was just me and my girlfriend going over there, like my next door neighbor. It was like a bunch of the high school people. It was like a party, you know?
yeah,
So, like, it wasn't anything I really had to worry about.
yeah. So the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says Eli's right about that. They say Mary, mother of Jesus, was probably about 15 years old at the time. Yeah, the average life expectancy back in the days, before we had modern medicine and all that we have today, was about 20 to 25 years old. And women were starting to reproduce right after they went through puberty, and they were able to have their periods, right? That's how it was, right?
As
Now,
soon as you could have your period, you could have a baby.
I understand that. So what I am saying is that even nowadays, see, back in those days, age 14 was considered adult. It was. But nowadays, it's adolescent. Well, it's teenage years, right?
Yeah.
It's teenage years, right? And so but that doesn't change the biology of a 14-year-old or 15-year-old, boy or girl. and they still have the same hormones they've always had. And I'm
You're
not,
right,
listen,
Holly.
LOL, immaculate conception was not from a man. Well, all right, it was a spontaneous combustion then.
Well, I
it,
mean, she is a Virgin Mary.
yes, yes, it was the immaculate conception. It was a beautiful story, and I believe, but I understand that. The point I'm trying to make here, and then we need to move on. We're going to take a break, and then I want to come back for another 30 minutes and talk about another story I want to share, and we're going to talk more about how to protect yourself, online and offline. In this case here, all I've been saying, babe, is that these women and men can better protect themselves by not putting themselves in these situations. When I was younger, I had opportunities to go to many parties like this, and I wouldn't go. I wasn't into going to drinking parties and stuff like that, because I knew there was going to be trouble. And I didn't want to, especially when I started driving, I didn't want to, risk losing my license. And when you're age 16, for the first 2 years, you're provisional until age 18. Now I think you're provisional until age 21. I think they raised it. I think you have a provisional license now until you're 21. And so, but, one mistake between age 16 and 17, one big mistake like that, you get your license suspended. And I didn't want to do that. I would always think ahead of the consequences. I was always proactive, right? And I think what we need to do, and you let me know what you think, babe, and people in the chat. I think we need to do a better job of being proactive with our kids and making them aware of the consequences of their actions before they take them. But that's not happening. It is not happening. That's the problem. Go ahead, babe.
I absolutely agree.
Muse Lady says, and Mary didn't consent either. Well,
I know. I was laughing at that right now.
I'm not going to mess with God. Hey, Muse Lady. How you doing?
No, I absolutely agree. Like, I've just noticed that in today's time, this generation is just not taking accountability for their actions.
Nope.
They're just not good. They're not good.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Go ahead.
I want to word this the right way.
Please just say it. It's okay.
I've always thought that the generation below me has always thought that they were, invincible. And they could do anything.
You're talking
get
about
away with it.
You're talking about the millennials, Gen Y millennials. Okay, let's be clear, because people may figure out what you meant. The generation, after us, right? Below, after, same thing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're talking about the damn millennials. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
And it scares me.
Mm-hmm.
And it scares me to have them think this way.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that the generation after them, the Gen
Z, the I generation, Gen
are
Zers,
doing better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I do believe they have a better head on their shoulders.
Well, they're learning from the mistakes of the millennials, baby. That's what they're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
So, baby, this happened, in 2012, 10 years ago. So right now, that one girl is 24, and the other one would have been 24 also as well. So they would have been Gen Zers, borderline millennials. They were at the borderline. So they were still,
Yeah.
the early Gen Zers at the border, tail end of the Gen Y millennials are going to have more millennial roots. So these young women were influenced by the millennial generation.
Yeah.
They were. And same with the
And
guys
that's
too.
sad.
It's very sad. And again, I'm not condoning any of this. I don't condone abuse. I don't condone, harassment, assault, towards men or women, by men or women to the opposite sex or the same sex. I don't condone it. But you can't sit here and put the blame on men for everything when women chose to put themselves in that position. Why are us men getting scrutinized for coming out and saying, hey, I'm not saying that it was right what happened to these women, but these women decided to put themselves in the position where that was possible to happen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is that something bad? Is that something wrong to say? Babe?
Are you asking me?
Yes. There's nobody else here but you. This is yeah, you're you and I run this, baby. Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know how to respond to that, babe. It's tough when it comes to men and women. I have a hard time.
Mm-hmm. Let me say something here. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, because men very much can overpower women at any time. And so, it's just hard for me, to say to back down as a woman,
Baby, let me ask you something. When okay, you're a retired nurse just like Ginny Ann, right? So
Mhm.
you know this. I'm paying you the biggest compliment. You know about this more than I do because you're also a woman. Women mature faster than men. Women go through puberty before men. They have those hormones. When you were that young woman around that age, tell me you didn't have those hormones. Baby, come on. Let's help people out here. Let's be real with them. Tell me you didn't have those.
14?
Yeah,
Around
you didn't have
14?
you didn't have hormones
Yeah,
around that
I
point?
had hormones, but I wasn't acting on them
I'm
because
not
I
saying you
had
act
respect.
because you were
I had
raised.
respect for I was raised right, and I had respect
You
for my
were
father and my mother.
you were raised right, and I saw that at Thanksgiving dinner. You've got a beautiful family, baby. And that's why I'm with you, because they raised you right. And I'm not even saying that you acted on it. What I'm saying is that you had the hormones. Everybody has the
Well,
hormones. Right.
obviously, everybody has the
Yeah.
hormones, but I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17.
Okay. And that's fine. That's great. That's about, when most people lose it. That's the average. That's great. That's not what I was saying. All I'm saying is that if we're going to just blame the men here and not take into account that women have hormones and women are trying to get the attention of men and women have those hormones where they want men even at that age, we can't sit here and just put the blame on men. We got to put the blame on both men and women and also the parents. That's where we need to focus it on. We need to do a better job of taking preventative measures than reacting to it afterwards, right? And that's what causes women to off themselves, right? Like these women, even if these women consented and then they realize they made a mistake and now they're going to be shamed at their school and on the internet, it was their choice to do that. And so now because they made a mistake, instead of owning it and dealing with it and moving on from it, they want to take the easy way out of offing themselves? Come on.
Yeah.
We got to
And
own it.
Holly, Holly, I want to tell you, I agree. If my son ever treated a woman like that, I mean, he would, I don't even think I could get to him before his father would. Seriously.
Okay. Okay.
Like that's not tolerable.
Yeah.
Even though I'm divorced from the man and I don't like him, he was never abusive or mean to a woman and he would not tolerate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And baby, here's the thing. Let me just say this, and we're going to take a break and come back for another 30 minutes. It's
And
been a
that's
very good
why,
show.
and you know what I want to say, and that's why he showed up to pick me up in 2014 when my ex beat the shit out of me and I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he, my ex-husband, picked me up with my parents because he doesn't tolerate that shit. So I will give him that credit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I will give credit where credit is due. Like I've said before, you know, I hate the Dodgers, but if they make a good play, I'll say good job.
Right.
And I'll say it with a, frown on my face. But I absolutely will give you credit.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, babe. Um, Look, right is right and wrong is wrong. I keep saying this. Let me just mention this, then we're going to go to the break. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I, you know,
Ouch.
the type of guy I am, babe.
Uh
You
huh.
know, I've never laid a finger on you or any other woman or anyone else.
Well,
Baby,
not in a bad way.
baby, you see, here's the thing. You see, these women, they're like, well, we didn't consent, right? Then they're like, well, that time you didn't do it in a bad way. Well, I see what they do. You see? It's like they give you
Oh,
semi
baby,
consent.
it's always in a good way.
Oh man, you know what?
I've never objected to your hands on my body.
Whoosh whoosh. I can't remember. I don't remember. I think you're our monk, right? If I remember correctly, or you're just being cautious. I can't remember. But you know what? I'm almost beginning to not even blame the monks, because this is the kind of stuff that gets men in trouble. Now, look, baby,
Hey,
I know we're joking. What?
don't become a monk.
I'm not becoming a monk, baby. Okay. What I'm saying, I'm being facetious about it. All right. What I'm
Yeah,
saying,
'cause I like your wiener.
boy,
Oh boy.
you see, that's what these ladies do. They go to the party. They say that they like the guy's wiener, and then they change their mind the next day. And then,
I never changed my mind.
I'm not saying you have. You've never done that, but it has happened. That's the problem I have, is the the granting of consent and then the withdrawal of consent the next morning. Because women are emotional beings. They change their mind all the time. They may feel one way, one moment and change their mind the next moment. That doesn't mean you can revoke consent that you gave during the act of sex and then revoke it the next day and then be able to press rape charges against a guy. That's not right. It's not.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
Okay.
right.
And babe, here's the thing.
Maybe
The
you
reason,
maybe you men should get like those the cop like cams on you.
yeah, we're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to get. But see, then the women will say, "Well, we didn't give you authorization to record this, right?" So then we can't win
Well,
anyway, right?
I don't know. You're fucked one way or the other. or
There you
not.
go. All right, see, baby, I'm going to give you a big round of applause, baby. Because, baby, listen, I know you've been honest, but that's the most honest thing you've said the entire first part of the show.
I love you.
I love you, too. And I'm with you, baby, because you don't play those games, right?
Nah.
Look, listen. You and I are into each other. I'm a good guy. Listen, baby, tell the audience, have you at times just being a normal
Mom.
woman? Okay, stop it.
LOL.
Have you
Sorry.
at times ever pushed my buttons so far just being a natural woman to the point of where, it's frustrating, right? You've done that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Many times, right?
Yeah.
But every time you push my buttons severely, have I ever once laid a hand?
You make me feel.
Okay, baby. Have I ever once laid my hands on you in an unwanted way? I got to be very specific because when we're in the bedroom, you're like, I want your hands all over me, baby. I want you slapping my booty and all that. I get that. But I'm talking about in an physically abusive way.
God,
right? No. Right? I've never done that. I've never been that way from my high school sweetheart, my first girlfriend. And I've never treated any woman that way that I've gone on a date with. If it didn't work out, if I was hoping I was going to get a kiss, didn't get it, I would try. And then, you know what? If she turned the cheek, I would just, okay, it's not meant to be.
Bye.
Well, I mean, when you're younger, it hurts more. But for me, I was always just raised to never put my hands on a woman. And I was frustrated.
Because
and you know
your
what?
father is fantastic.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you thought something was going to happen, and, then, nothing happens and then you're driving home. Yeah, you're pounding the steering wheel. You're like, damn, man. You're like, damn, I just wasted my time, right? She led me to believe that something would be there. And the thing is, when it comes to women.
Well, because you got the blue balls.
Well, that's true, too. Baby, you know what blue balls are, huh? Yeah. But I think what we need to do a better job at is communicating with our youth. I think it needs to start with the parents. The schools need to get involved. We need to create special programs to teach our kids these things, right? We need to take more proactive and preventative measures. We need to take more proactive and preventative measures because not enough's being done. Not enough's being done. Look, the millennial generation, and I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, the parents of the millennial generation were the worst. And I'm not saying you were a bad parent.
Hey,
I'm saying
I was a millennial parent.
I just said you didn't listen. I said, I'm not talking about you. I said, you're the exception. I know you were a good mother. You came from a good family. There are always exceptions to every rule. What I'm saying is that the millennial generation was raised by the worst parenting in history. Some Gen Xers and some baby boomers. Okay?
Hey,
so
but you know what? Can I defend myself? And I have a millennial and a Gen Z.
You can defend yourself all you want, but I wasn't coming
at
you.
So I'm not that bad.
I gave you a free pass. I did.
My Z is good. My Gen Zer is doing great.
Okay. No, you're
right.
Look, I think you raised both your kids very well. And, once your kids leave the house, you can't control what they do from that point on.
Neither one of them have ever been to jail. So I think I've done great there.
Well, the Ghost of Woosh Woosh says you should review the Netflix movies Cuties next. Have you heard of that one, baby? Cuties?
No, Cuties, but I'm going to do it.
You know what? I will check that out tonight. Whoosh, whoosh. Thank you for the big round of applause to
Yes.
Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, we'll do that. This was, baby, honestly, I love having these discussions. You want to call it debate? I call it a discussion. I love having these discussions with you, and I want to bring more people on the panel to have these discussions. The problem is, if I were to bring like 3 women and 3 men to do this panel, like it would be just all over the place. I'd have to be throwing people backstage. I'd have to be throwing people backstage and letting people on one at a time because people would be getting super triggered. Like it would be one big trigger fest. And I
have to write that down on my.
Yeah,
I have to write it down, otherwise I'm going to forget it.
Yeah, please write that down and send it to me later after the show, baby. But anyway, great first half. We're going to come back for another maybe 30 or 40 minutes. I'm going to share, a couple. I'm going to share one major story I haven't shared in a while on how to protect yourself online and offline. In this case, this was an offline situation that involved bullying and harassment online. It was a combination of both. And so how do you protect yourself from being made a fool on the internet, which spreads faster than wildfires nowadays? You just don't put yourself in these positions in the first place. I know it's easier said than done, but if we're more proactive to teach our youth how to better handle themselves, far fewer of these cases would be happening. And then the rate of people ending themselves for the YouTube algorithm, baby, the rate of people ending themselves would be far less. You are both great moms, Holly and Dee. Yes, no, they are. Holly's a phenomenal mom. My lady is a phenomenal
Holly is
mom.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I've known Holly for 4 years, and even when her kids were younger 4 years ago, Holly was always. I don't know how she did it. Her and her husband both work. They take care of the kids. They take care of each other. It's a good team. God bless your family. Seriously, God bless your family.
I love Holly and Mike and their family.
Yeah.
Like I really do.
I've talked with Mike before, and I remember. Mike is he's like, yeah, it is what it is. Like women are women. And no disrespect, Holly, you're a good woman. It's just that my woman's a woman too. I mean, we're biologically different. Like as a man, you've got to learn to understand how to deal with women in every situation. And you also have to learn, even from a young age, that if a woman is not granting you consent, don't push it, right? Right? You got to learn that. But also as a woman, you have to also learn that you can't sit there and wear something skimpy and not give a man the impression that you don't want something to happen. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just common sense. You did do your best. It's not up to you what they do once they leave the nest. Right. Big round of applause for Holly before we go to the break. Yes, thank you, Holly. And baby, with that being said, we're going to step.
You're right.
She is right. But baby, we've got to step away and take a quick break here, an 8 or 9 minute break, and then we're going to come back for another 30 minutes or so. Got a few more things to discuss. I got a story I want to share, and maybe you have some other stories on how we can share to give people the best advice on how to best protect themselves online and offline. They go hand in hand nowadays. All right, baby?
There's another Netflix thing I want to share.
Can we do that when we get back?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell me, and I can look it up on the internet and put it on the screen, just like I did, with Audrey and Daisy, which is going back on the screen right now. You're not going to see it's a 1 minute delay, baby. You'll see it in a bit here. But baby, I'm going to move back to full screen and ready to take that break?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to put you backstage, babe. And when we come back, I'm going to do a brief intro and I'll bring you back on after the intro. So be patient for about 10 minutes or so, okay? All right, baby. Talk to you in a bit.
Good.
Love you. Be back. All right, folks, that's my lady. She'll be back in a few. We're going to step away and take a quick break. And we're going to come back with a little bit more. So stick around, stick around, stick around. Round, 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 round. We'll be right We're back, and my most favorite song from the YouTube audio library is coming right up. It's a song I used to play on my former channel before I would start a show called Coach Eli Live. Ethan Mixel and Double Helix, hit it! Yeah! Yeah! Get that energy up! Get that energy up, everybody, get that energy up, get fired up. This is the best song in the entire YouTube audio library. Ethan Mixel, Double Helix, energy up, energy up, energy up, energy up! Yeah, baby, feel it! Feel it! Woo! Energy up, baby. Feel good. Now you gotta settle down, coach, because you got a show to run. Settle down, coach. You got a show to run. You got your lady here. You got all that high T out of the way there. Coach Eli has high T and low E. That's an inside joke. Anyway, let's get right back to it. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Glad you can all join us here tonight. I have my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady hanging on backstage. We're going to get right back to you in just a second, babe. But before we get to that, I just want to remind you folks that our channel here, what we do out here on YouTube between both channels and our coaching service, is primarily supported through crowdfunding and your donations. So if you feel it in your heart and you're getting value from our content, you want to support us monetarily, you can do so in one of many ways based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can go below in the description. You can go below in the chat, while you're here live, and hit that super chat or super sticker. That's the $ down below. There's also the super thanks on the pre-recorded videos and live stream replays, where you can send a highlighted message in the chat with your donation that way, or through Cash App and PayPal. Nightbot sharing the links in the chat every 7 minutes. And before I finish up, Ethan, all right. As always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. I got a little too fired up there, and I didn't finish everything I wanted to say before the song ended. But anyway, that's okay. That's the way it goes sometimes. So again, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. And thank you to all the channel members so far. We do have, I believe, 5 channel members currently. Once we get to 10 channel members, we're going to probably start doing some weekly, members only chats, meaning that one of the shows each week will still be publicly available, but it will only allow members to chat. And moderators are exempt from that because you do not need to be a member as a moderator to chat in a live stream chat. But all other members-only content, even moderators, will need to be a member to access. All right, let me get the lady of every hour in my eyes and in my book back on the show. Bebe, are you there?
Hey, it's about time.
Can you hear me clearly? Are we good still? Baby,
Yeah.
Did that fire you up? Did that Ethan Mixel Double Helix song fire you up? Could you feel that energy in the room, baby?
You know what? It actually fired my dog Bochi up.
Oh.
He got up, moved around the bed, changed his position.
Wow.
Yeah, he liked it.
Oh, he loved it, huh, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that took a lot out of me, baby, but I was feeling it. And I want everyone else to feel it because the holiday season is here. And we want everyone to have an amazing holiday season. We want you all to enjoy this special time with your friends and family and other loved ones. And please be safe. Also, please if you do drink, please drink responsibly. If you drink,
And
please,
get an
please,
Uber.
please don't drive if you drink. Please do not
Yeah,
drive
get
if you
an
drink.
Uber.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just have somebody drive you that, I'm usually the designated driver, so I'll drink a soda. And so, get a designated driver or get an Uber or Lyft or whatever is available in your area, and just be safe. All right, folks, we want you all to make it to the new year, 2023. If you thought 2022 was crazy, it's going to get crazier in 2023. We've got
Oh,
so much coming.
2022 was a
Yeah.
shitty year.
Well, okay. Well, maybe so, maybe because of the gas prices
So
and the
now,
war in Ukraine and all
now
that. And
we need to get over this hump and have a positive 2023.
amen, amen, baby, amen. All right. So we've got a few more things to talk about here. I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned I'd be talking about on this show. I think I mentioned it earlier on my walking stream. And tonight my lady and I have been discussing how to protect yourself online and offline. During the first part of the show, we were given our thoughts regarding a Netflix, film documentary that was released in 2016 called Audrey and Daisy. So go back and check out the replay if you missed it here. And we were sharing our thoughts on how to be more proactive to prevent these things from happening. That way you can protect yourself from
And
villains offline and online.
Please
Go
check
ahead.
out the documentary. Please check out the documentary if you have children, so you can educate them.
Right.
Because that is one of the major things that I wanted to get out there.
Right. Now, I want to share this story, babe. I don't think I've shared this with you before. I'm sure Whoosh and Holly know this story. This is about certain people that like to come out here on the internet, especially YouTube, under a fake account and severely troll people, like this one person did to me for many years. And I'm not talking about the Legion or Jamie or anything like that, but this person was actually associated with them, and I guess still kind of is to this day. But I want to share this story because it's people like him that think are invincible and they can hide in plain sight and run their mouth and really hurt and attack someone like this guy did to me and not pay the price for it. I'm going to go by this guy's YouTube username. His YouTube username is Joe Buddy. That is not his real name. I do know his real name, and I do know who he is. And
I think Holly was talking to me about this tonight.
Yeah. And I'm going to share this story because it's very, very interesting. So the way I met this guy, Joe Buddy, was going back to the days of my original, channel, stemming back 5.5 years ago. And it was the one with my ex. And I started to do some live streaming. I was seeking other people that were talking about similar topics by doing a YouTube search. And I found this content creator in Canada by the name of Charles F. Gray. And he had a panel of a few people on. And one of the people he had on his panel was a guy that went by the name of Joe Buddy. Never showed his face, but, had this cartoon character of some guy in a top hat, right? And I went on the panel, and immediately this guy started to ask me questions. I told him, I do life coaching and blah, 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 blah. And this guy really, really started to scrutinize me. And I was like, I was okay with it. I was cool about it. But then all of a sudden, when other people started coming at me, this Joe Buddy guy, who was completely anonymous, right? He started to rebroadcast all of my live streams. And he was saying very, very hateful things about me, very derogatory things about me. But he had also shared a story about how, he had an initial bad marriage. And, his wife was an American woman that divorced him and basically, took half his stuff. That's the way it works, community property, right? And I guess, he was very angry and bitter to the point of where he went overseas to marry a woman from the Eastern world. And a lot of guys nowadays think that by going overseas
You're
to
good,
the
Holly.
Eastern... Okay. Yeah. Okay, baby. You don't have to. Okay. A lot of guys nowadays think that they could go overseas to the Eastern world and still find women that are traditional and not liberated. Newsflash. Women are liberated globally. Okay. There's no such thing as a traditional woman anymore. Yes, do some women have more traditional values than others based on their upbringing? Yes. But women are liberated globally. So it doesn't matter, in my opinion, where you meet your woman. Women are women, right? And so, this guy, late 40s, his wife, I think, was early to mid 30s. And, he used to criticize myself and my ex, Dana. He ended up calling Dana a chubby woman, this and that, and she wasn't. And he was really what's that?
I just almost fell.
Well, whoosh whoosh. I'm not saying that Joe Buddy isn't capable of being a great guy, but what he did to me was uncalled for. And when people do this on the internet, they don't realize that, they can make one mistake that can ruin their entire life, right? Baby, I'm hearing that coming through the microphone. I don't know if you're eating
I'm
something.
putting a Band-Aid on my finger.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
So
that's why I almost fell, because I had to go to the bathroom and get a Band-Aid.
Okay. So Woosh Woosh says not too smart getting married a second time though. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but I mean, he thought that he could go to, the Eastern world, and find a traditional woman. And it was really funny when he was doing these live stream, simulcasts of myself and other people. You would hear his baby in the background sometimes. We would call him Little Joe. And then we would hear his wife say, Joe, where are you, Joe? Right. And it's like, okay, sounds like just a normal, modern day woman, right? Unhappy that her man is jerking off on the internet all day, rebroadcasting some guy and talking smack about some guy all day, every day, right? So what ended up happening was I was really tired of what this guy was doing. He also, what happened was I ended up shutting down that other channel, the original channel I started after my ex and I broke up. And I went to Facebook and I was creating, live streams on Facebook for a while. What this guy would do is he would go to Facebook, download the live stream replays and upload them to YouTube on another channel. And I mean, he just continued to harass me, talk smack about me, rebroadcast me. It was really affecting me totally, right? And, it got to the point of where he started to send me, this is where he made a mistake. And this is where, in the end, everyone that plays with fire is going to get burned. He sounds like someone else I know on YouTube, of course. So what happened was he sent me a bunch of PayPal donations that were 1 penny or 10 cents, right? You can send, tiny 10 cent, 5 cent PayPal donations. And he would actually, use that as an opportunity to write a crappy message to me because I had blocked all these guys from my email, right? And it got to the point of where, I knew that PayPal would send their billing information, right? Well, he had put, fake billing information, a fake name on his PayPal account, but in order to verify it, he had to use his actual number, right? So I said, I got to find out who this guy is. And it's not that I want to dox him or put his information out there, but he's really harassing me. I need to find out who he is so I can reach out to him and tell him to stop, or I'm going to have to take some further action, right? So I took his number, I did a web search, and then I ended up finding out that this guy, is a realtor, okay? And I ended up finding out exactly who he was, found out his Facebook, found out where he lives and all that, and I never put it out there publicly. I never doxed the guy, and I never will. But a lot of people from these communities out here on YouTube were accusing me of doxing him or threatening to dox him. And this is where I'm sharing with people that are so miserable in their personal life that they want to come out to YouTube as a grown-ass adult and be a troll, that if you continue to play with fire, you're eventually going to get burned. And that's what happened here, right? But lucky for him, I'm a good guy, and I let it go, right? And so what I ended up doing was I ended up reaching out to him, and I had a private conversation with him on Google Hangouts, and there was another person on that call, which was Jamie. Jamie remembers this, the Liking Legion guy. And I said, look, dude, I know who you are, and I don't want to have to dox you or put your information out there. But if you don't stop, harassing me and attacking me and reusing my content and doing all this, I'm going to have to put it out there to protect other people. Now, I got scrutinized for that because people are saying, oh, that's doxing, that's against the rules and this and that, right? Well, here's my opinion. I'm stating this because I want to state my opinion about doxing. What it is it right or is it wrong, right? I think if people dox people with malice intent, like people doxed me, even though my information is public by running my name, I never did anything to the point of where I deserved to be doxed, right? But this guy was maliciously harassing me, abusing my content, defaming my character, just wouldn't stop all day, every single day. And I told him, I said, look, dude, it's like, would you like me to reach out to your wife and let her know what you're doing to me? Would you like me to take further action now that I know who you are, which would affect your household? Dude, I don't want to do this. I just want you to stop, right? Joe used to do another show with Eric Wade. That was a good show. It was. When he started doing that with Dynamite Rabbit, a.k.a. Eric Wade, he actually, that was a good show. That was a really good show. But anyway, so my opinion is this. If there's somebody out on the internet that's being a cyberbully, a cyber terrorist, or anything like that, that's no different to me than somebody that's a serial killer driving up and down I-5 or any interstate and killing people, and then people knowing who he is and putting his name out there. In my opinion, there is no malice intent putting out someone's name when they're behaving erratically and harming people with the intent to help protect other people, right? So, and to this day, there have been some people that have scrutinized me for that. You folks have no idea what this man put me through, right? And when I actually saw this guy used to rub it into me. He used to call my woman fat. He used to say that his woman had long, dark hair and younger and sexier and this and that. I ended up seeing a picture of him and his woman, and they were, no disrespect, they were both quite out of shape. I say this respectfully. And all this guy was doing was projecting his insecurities onto one guy because he's miserable at home, right? So the reason why I mentioned this is because you don't want to come and do stupid stuff like that online thinking that you're invisible, even though you're hiding in plain sight with a fake account. Because at some point throughout the whole process, you're going to slip like Joe did. He took it way too far. He started to try to trigger me by sending me 10-cent PayPal donations with crappy messages, and didn't realize that he basically doxed himself. You doxed yourself, Joe. I know you're still around. I know you guys are probably watching this, right? Okay. So in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with putting out someone's name that is bullying, harassing, or terrorizing people on the internet to protect other people. Now, would I do that on YouTube? No, because YouTube takes things down for whatever reason, privacy complaints, they would do that, right? Right? But if I really wanted to, I could have pursued this a lot further. I could have reached out to his wife. I could have, filed a civil suit. I could have done all this stuff. But what happened? Joe ended up backing off. He stopped rebroadcasting me. I eventually ended up taking down his channel of all the rebroadcasts. I asked him to take it down, but he wouldn't. So I just, flagged him for copyright. That channel went down, and it all went away. What I'm trying to tell you folks is this, okay? Don't do stupid stuff on the internet that can ruin the life that you have. This guy has a family, has a son, has a wife, has a real estate business. Why would you put that at risk just because you want to attack someone on the internet that you are unhappy about? That's just really, really stupid. No, fat shaming is not right. He fat shamed my ex-girlfriend, right? And then the funny thing is him and his woman were larger than my lady, right? And then it just, the whole thing just, was just one big mess. But the point I'm trying to make is that I handle it respectfully, and he's lucky that I'm a good dude and I didn't pursue it any further. But folks, don't do stupid stuff on the internet. Also, don't do stuff offline as well. With all the amount of cameras we have nowadays, smartphones, we've got a camera on every corner, at every intersection. We have cameras on freeways. We have cameras everywhere. Don't do something stupid that's going to ruin your life. Now, baby, what are your thoughts about that? I mean, hearing a story like that,
okay, am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, I had to share the whole story first, though, but go ahead.
Holy shit, you just don't shut up. I don't even know, I can't even remember what I want to say.
Oh, honey,
I had so much I wanted to say, but you
baby,
just kept going on and on and on.
Honestly, I was sharing the story, and I don't appreciate you being rude and telling me I don't know when to shut up.
I'm not trying to be rude, but okay. Sweetheart, it's like when you're sharing the story, it's like I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't even remember everything I want to get in on that conversation because there was so much of it.
Okay.
But I'm just going to jump back in at the very end about fat shaming is not right. No. That's all I remember is because there is so much going on there. I don't remember anything else of that conversation.
This guy was bullying and harassing me along with Jamie, along with JB Gunner. I was being bullied and harassed across 3 or 4 platforms. Whoosh Whoosh remembers this. And I'm mentioning this because, I'm still here. 5.5 years later, I'm still here. I rose above it, and I'm still moving forward. My lady says,
great.
Or sorry, Ginny Ann says, wise advice. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's great. I'm happy for you.
Okay. What are you disappointed about?
I'm not disappointed. It's just I can't keep up with everything because you're jumping so far with everything, and then you want me to come back and talk about it, and it's like I can't do that, sweetheart. You know me.
Well,
I've got
sharing the
stoner
story
mentality.
Well, baby, do you really want to go public and state that? I mean, unless you want to get
Yeah,
scrutinized for that, okay, then you got to deal with the scrutiny of saying you have
I don't
stoner
care.
mentality. Okay,
Yeah,
and I was just
everybody
sharing that.
knows that I smoke weed.
I understand that, baby. I understand that. But I was just sharing a story like anyone would be sharing a story, and you can feel free to jump in at any point in the middle of the story. Say, babe, can
I
I jump in here for a
didn't want
second?
to interrupt you.
Okay, okay. Well, you made that choice to not jump in. I mean, I don't know what else I could do. I'm trying to, you know, present the story as quickly as possible. And, if you want to jump in and give feedback at any time, just jump in and say, hey, babe, I don't mean to interrupt, but let me get this in there before I forget. Okay, cool. Go ahead, baby. I would do that. I would do that for you. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. Not so dirty gaming. How you doing? Well, welcome to the show. I'm back. Had to take another dose of my meds. Well, hope you're doing well. Will, hope you're doing well, brother. It's great to see you here, man. Um, let's see here. The Ghost of Woosh Woosh says, no, Joe and Eric used to talk about news and stuff. Eric was funny. No, Dynamite Rabbit, I did many shows with him. Eric Wade, a.k.a. Dynamite Rabbit. I did many shows with him. He hadn't moved out to the Grand Canyon, and he didn't have the best internet out there, but he would get on when he could, and he was a very wise guy. Yeah, I had some interesting times with him. Um, you know, um, but for the most part, I really thought he was a pretty good guy, and I'm hoping he's doing quite well today. I haven't heard from him in quite some time, but this is the point I'm trying to make here is that we've been talking about bullying and harassment, cyberbullying and harassment. What these women,
Excuse me.
right? What these women, um, here's the difference in my situation here. What these women were dealing with was a reaction to you know what they chose to do in the real world by drinking underage and going to a party, and regardless of what happened, they put themselves in that position, and if they're going to take legal action against these guys, whether they do it rightfully or not, it's going to get scrutiny on the internet, right? In my case, I didn't deserve any of what I got. Like, all I've been trying to do is run positive and uplifting content to help people, and a group of these degenerates, which I call them nowadays because they're degenerates, just ganged up on me and were just trying to knock me off of YouTube and destroy my business, destroy my content. They made lots of money from my content. And I share these stories now because I want to share with people that, hey, I'm still here. I've rebuilt. I didn't let it get to me. I didn't off myself. I didn't leave YouTube, right? And you just got to learn to be strong and have thick skin and move past it. But as far as the people that are doing these stupid things, especially the ones that are anonymous, why would you put yourself in this position to come at someone all day, every day, when you have a family, you're a prominent realtor, you're providing for a new wife and a new kid? Why would you come out here, even anonymously, and risk being found out and being sued for all this and it ruining your life, right? You got to protect
Hmm.
yourself and not do stupid things. I mean, seriously, baby, do you see, in your opinion, have you seen more and more grown-ass adults in the modern world behave even more erratically than kids? Like, I'm more
Um,
so seeing, grown-ass adults on the internet doing stupid shit that's getting them in trouble.
well, it wasn't until I met you that I saw this erratic adult behavior. I mean, before that, I dealt with normal adults. where
Mm-hmm.
they had normal jobs and they
Mm-hmm.
were normal. I didn't deal with this, you
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
And I'm very much like I I have no problem admitting the fact that I'm a very much of a television person, and I know you guys are very much of a YouTube, crowd, and you watch those things, but I would rather sink myself into the drama of scripted TV and not people being mean to other people, honestly.
Yeah, I like how Donnie took that one out of context more erotically, not erratic. You know what I meant, Donnie. He's a smart dude. Yeah, I get what you're saying, baby. I get what you're saying. The reason why I like YouTube more than mainstream media is because, at least initially, and there are still some good original creators out here. There's a lot more original content out here. I really love supporting creators that create their own thing. There are lots of tech channels out here, that I follow to get updates for my iPhone and to learn about the latest tech.
Come on,
There are other
Papa.
coaches. Okay, baby, if you're going to do that, can you please mute?
I just was calling him on the bed. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Um, there are coaches I follow out here: Coach Corey Wayne, Coach Craig Kenneth, Coach Dan Bacon, Coach Lee, Coach Mac McCarthy. Um, there's content out here on YouTube that you can't get anywhere else. And the
Mhm.
creators I follow are authentic. They're from the heart. They've created their own thing. They put their own spin on it, and it's not an influenced production. Right? We just create the
Yeah.
content that we want to create. It is authentic and genuine, and that's what I like about it. And what you mainly see on the mainstream media is store bought. It's store bought by the sponsors. Basically, choose what goes on there because they're going to sponsor the content they want to sponsor. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, no. But that's why I like to just watch the TV because it's not addressed at people like at myself or anything, you know? And when you go on to YouTube, people attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And um yes, I do, Holly. Um but yeah, no, when you go onto YouTube, like people can attack you. But then when I just go and watch General Hospital, I can just lay there in bed and nothing is attacking me.
Right. Donnie Shasho says, I find YouTube is becoming more like the television, a lot more censored. I don't think, here's the thing, Donnie, I've been on this platform since it came out and full time the last 5.5 years. And I've never had any issues. The thing is, I know how to present my material respectfully, professionally, maturely, and say the same things that all other creators are saying that are getting removed. Right. And so I think it's more about how you present your content, um, rather than what you're saying. You can pretty much say whatever you want as long as you don't come off as hateful, abusive, as long as you're not bullying or harassing someone, as long as you provoke critical thought, and you're reasonable and you're not, spreading misinformation, you're good. I've never spread misinformation. I've never bullied or harassed anyone on the platform. I've never attacked anyone on the platform. I have shared my thoughts and opinions in respectful, professional, and mature ways. And so I get where you're coming from. Yes, it has become a little bit more mainstream because they had to do that to make it feasible and make money. They had to focus more um, towards promoting the mainstream media outlets that are on YouTube because yes, they're paying YouTube money to do that. They're sponsors for YouTube, right? So I understand that, but there's still a decent amount of original content by real, authentic creators out here on YouTube, and you can't get that anywhere else in the world. You tell me, baby, you cannot get the content you get on YouTube. You can't get anywhere else.
No, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe you can. You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you, like um, I just want to say this in memory of my good friend who has passed away. But there was one night that one of the cars we were driving didn't start. And we went in and she got her car and she went onto YouTube. She figured it out. She got a screwdriver. She put it right in there and she started that car and she got us home.
yep. And I will tell you, I've done the same thing. My previous laptop, I got the real nice one now. The Dell, I got it beefed up. But my previous laptop was given to me by my brother, and it was upgradable. I wanted to upgrade the processor and the RAM and all that. And I watched one 15-minute YouTube video, and the guy showed me step by step which screws to unscrew, how to do this, how to do that. And that laptop, I used that laptop literally for 3.5 to 4 years, which allowed me to buy time to save money for this one here and get the one I have now. And that was all thanks to a YouTube video. There was no instruction manual that was going to show me that. And here's the thing. There's nothing better than having someone put a camera right there and visually show you while narrating what to do. There's no better platform. Go ahead, babe. How-to videos,
No,
right?
exactly. Anything. Yeah, there's all how-to videos on YouTube.
Right. Correct.
And it goes from even like do-it-yourself videos in your home, even to makeup, to, anything, life coaching, anything.
Right.
Anything you could possibly think of.
Imagine.
It's on YouTube.
It is.
It's the most vast, spectrum out there.
Yeah, it's the biggest outlet of video in the world. It is.
Yeah.
Media. It's the biggest media company practically in the world. If not, it's getting there. It's a $20 billion plus a year company, and it's getting bigger every year. And let me read what Donnie said there. We're going to wrap this up real soon, babe. I always like watching two sides of a certain story, but YouTube will only show one side of a certain story. Here's where Donnie's going with this. Donnie, and with no disrespect, I think that you're more on the conservative side of things. I don't know what they call it in your country, but you're more on the right than the left, which is fine. I understand that. I respect people regardless of their views. But this is the problem I've seen on YouTube and social media for the last 5.5 years that I've been on here full time. And honestly, I'm not mad at you, Donnie, or anyone. I'm just sick of hearing this in general. Is that the conservatives, the far right or the alt right people, which I like to call them, they're complaining that YouTube is silencing conservative speak. And the bottom line is, no, they're not silencing conservative speak. They're silencing hate speech. They're silencing bullying and harassment. They're silencing inappropriate content, right? If I were to do, I'm a slight left liberal, more so down the middle, but I identify slightly more on the left, like most people know that have been following me for a while. And if I were to do the same things that Steven Crowder did, that what's that guy's name? Alex Jones did, the conspiracy theorist, right? If I were to do all that stuff that they did, I'd be silenced too. They would silence me. It has nothing to do with your political party preference. It has to do with how you present your content. Okay? Has to do with, do you spread misinformation or not? Are you presenting your content in the most respectful and professional and mature ways possible? Or are you crossing lines? Are you attacking people? Are you hating on people? Are you using racial slurs, right? And a lot of people say, well, it's our freedom of speech to do that. No, it's not your freedom of speech to attack and harass and bully people. That is not freedom of speech. I'm sorry. And if you're the type of person that feels freedom of speech includes bullying, harassment, hateful and abusive content, racial slurs, and all of that, then you know what? Best of luck to you, because I don't want you anywhere near my neck of the woods. Period. I don't want to be dealing with such ignorant people. And I emphasize, I don't want to be dealing with such ignorant people that practically behave that way because you just hate yourselves. That's the bottom line. Babe, anything you want to add to that?
Oh, no, I agree. I don't want any of that in my
Nope.
neck of the wood. Nope.
Yeah. Let's read one more here, and then we're going to wrap it up, because I can tell you are getting tired, babe, and I am getting tired too. We got to wrap this up, have our call, and then hit sat. Ginny Ann says, I used to love watching BBC News when they had those automatic cameras wandering around by themselves chasing the anchor folks. Oh, yeah, I never saw that, but that sounds pretty cool. Holly says, have you seen the BBC bloopers on YouTube, Ginny? They are hilarious. I'll have to check them out. Let me see here. Donnie says, no, I'm a centralist. So you're down the middle like myself. Like, yeah, I identify slight left. I'm a registered Democrat, but I'm more down the middle. I don't see what these people see that say YouTube is silencing or not allowing certain types of content. I've talked about anything and everything on this channel here, on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, and on my previous channel before I shut it down. I've never had a community guideline strike. Right, I got a warning one time that was a mistake, and I submitted an appeal, and YouTube made a mistake, and they reversed it. So I haven't even had a warning that was legit. It was a computer error. So that says a lot. And this is the real me. I'm the real me. I'm raw and real and honest. But I speak with grace. I speak with intelligence. I speak with humility. And I don't take things out of context. I don't say things that aren't true just to get ratings. A lot of these people, they make shit up. They use clickbait. They do all the dumbest things just to get attention. And then they complain that they're being removed because we're conservatives and YouTube is silencing conservative speech. Get out of here. That's not what's happening. I'm neither left or right wing. I do not put myself on a side. Yeah, good for you. And I don't either. I mean, yes, I do lean a little more to the left, but I'm more down the middle regarding or based on what makes sense for the best overall aspects of everyone, left and right. So
I agree with you, Donnie. Princess Diana was a wonderful woman.
yeah, that was a sad ending to her story back in those days. Yeah, she's trying to get away from the paparazzi, and boom, that was it. That was a very, 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 very sad
ending to her life.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, baby. All right, baby. Holly says, I believe all politicians are liars. Well, people lie to get attention. The bottom line is what people are. Here's the thing. Yes, most politicians are liars because they have to lie to get attention to get voted in. And most of the people that are getting removed from YouTube are lying to get more attention, to get more views and super chats and all that. So you know what? If you're going to be a liar just to get more attention to get ahead, yeah, you might get ahead quicker initially, but eventually it'll catch up to you and bite you in the ass. That's what happens. That's why I'm taking the long way, right? Baby, final thoughts.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, because we got to get out of here.
I like that, Holly. I'm on a side. My side. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I'm on my side as well. And I totally agree with that because I have had conservative views and liberal views, you know? So I'm just on my side. So I'm just going to follow me. But, I'm just going to say, I'm just going to say my dog for president.
Fantastic. Vote Chief for president. I just checked. Our stream is still monetized. It has not been demonetized midstream. That's wonderful. I'm very thrilled about that.
Yeah, vote Chief for president. He'll do a good job.
Sounds good to me. Ginny Ann says, LOL, Holly, I'm in the middle too. I'm trying to keep an open mind. And Donnie Shasho says, ciao. All right, brother. Babe, any final thoughts?
No, I just want to say thank you. I love you all that have been here. It's been a great show. And we'll talk tomorrow.
All right, baby. I'm going to go ahead and put you backstage, wrap up the show without you for a couple minutes. I'll be calling you in about 10 to 15 minutes briefly.
I'm going to give Holly a quick call.
All right. Sounds good. Let me know when you're done with Holly, and we can talk briefly after that, baby. Thank you so much for being here, baby. Right. Big round of, baby, before you go, big round of applause.
Thank you.
Baby, I love you. You know what? We have our moments. It was a great show, but you know what? The great thing about you and I is that we're real. We keep it real. We may have we may have our differences. We may even have a little bit of a friendly spat, but at the end of the day, we can walk away still loving each other, or even loving each other more. We love each other more
all the time.
All the time, baby. All right, baby. Thank you. Have a good one, baby. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
That's her famous bye. All right. That was my lady. We are at 2 hours and 32 minutes. Wow, long show. I didn't think it was going to be this long. Love you, D, Holly, and all. All right, folks. That's going to wrap it up. If you need some more content to watch, earlier, we did day 29 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. I did that from a walk. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. If you missed any parts of the show, go back and check out the replay. Lots of interesting views and opinions were shared that will help you folks hopefully make better decisions. Tomorrow is the last day, day 30 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. And I will be doing that in the format of a walk and then probably another live stream tomorrow night. Not sure if my lady's going to join me. Maybe, maybe not. But we're going to do that. Ginny Ann says, have a great night, all. Holly says, bye, everyone. Ginny Ann says, you all presented that complex topic so well. Yeah, Ginny Ann, I love everyone. I don't wish anyone any harm. I love men and women. I'm not trying to belittle women. And, I'm not just trying to stand up for men. I've stood up for women when men were mistreating them, and I've also stood up for men when I felt that men were being taken advantage of. The bottom line is that, just because women are liberated and have more rights nowadays, which is great, I'm all for that, right? doesn't mean that women can exploit those rights in the ways they feel they want to exploit them. In essence, you can't sit there and consent to sex, and then the next morning after it happens, you feel guilty about doing it, and then you revoke your consent. You can't do that. That's not right. That's not fair, for men to pay the price regarding that. My message didn't go through. Hey, Ricardo, how's it going? If you want to mention anything else, bro, you got a couple of minutes here before we go off the air. But yeah, so I'll be doing day 30 of the 30-day positivity challenge tomorrow from a walk, and then another show from the studio. And we're just going to keep moving forward from there. I'm really proud of everyone that was here tonight, whether you were chatting or watching behind the scenes. I'm really, really beginning to see the positivity flow through this channel. And I really want to take this to the next level and start spreading this amongst many channels. We really, really need to start bringing more positive, genuine, and authentic content back to YouTube to offset the tremendous amount of drama shit shows out here that I really feel, in my opinion, are polluting the platform. Obviously, YouTube and Google are monetizing these channels, and yeah, I guess they're making lots of money from it, but I just think it's just really, really just stupid, worthless content that is just polluting the genuine creativity of good creators. So that's that. With that being said, folks, have yourselves a great one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.